even though HAV is where I started in radio, Portsmouth and WHEB is where I committed to radio.
Right, yeah.
Where I finally said, for good or ill, this is my only marketable skill. and I love it. And it was the first time I really admitted to myself that I loved broadcasting. And from that point, there's a cleaner trajectory from that point in 1980 when I went to New Hampshire, only because that was the point that I finally embraced it. And I didn't treat it like almost a glorified hobby.
Right, right. What brought you to WBZ, both radio and TV at the same time, which was...
TV first and then radio after. It was, I mean, one of the things I tell broadcast students all the time is never underestimate where you are at any given point. If it's a 1,000-watt station like HAV is, if, you know, whatever, always, I mean, there are light bulbs more stronger than the signal at HAV. But...
Got a high tower.
Yeah, but very high tower. But the thing is, you never know who's listening. I mean, I was doing a show 7 to midnight on WHEB for myself. I wanted to do a show that I found entertaining, which included performers coming in and phone calls all over the world to investigate crazy stories and things. And unbeknownst to me, people connected with Boston Television were listening to that show. And when they had an overnight show on Channel 5, 5 All Night Live, they called me and asked me to come down and audition. And I did, and I didn't get that one, but the grapevine working the way it does, a producer at Channel 4 heard this guy gave a great audition. He photographed a little too young for what they're going for. Would that I had that problem now. And so this other producer called me, Garland Waller called me from Channel 4 and said, you know, I'm doing a magazine show for kids called Super Kids. And I heard good things about your test at Channel 5. Would you come in and test for it? And I did, and I got that one. And Bob Lobel told me, he said, you know what, you got your foot in the door now. It's all up to you from this point, what you can make with this.
Great.
And it was great advice, because then I was able to do a number of things. Well, when I was doing the show on FX, which is right after Channel 4, FX was at that point just launching as a cable network, and it wasn't in a lot of homes, so a lot I thought I was in the Federal Witness Protection Program. You know, so it was harder to find
I'll
me.
bet Fox is sorry they gave that program up.
Yeah, I think
they regret to this day that they broke up that finally, because it was so good.
Yeah, it was.
My daughter would listen in California, and we'd talk back and forth about...
It was wonderful. It
Yeah,
was the
it
most
was a
fun
great
I've ever
show.
had. Yeah, thank you.
You got to fly around in the
I
apartment
got
and
to
everything.
do, you know what, Gladys Knight was my co-host for a week. I got to be a pip for a day. I got to run around the apartment with Jackie Chan. I got to ride horseback down Fifth Avenue. When a water main burst on the corner of 5th and 26th Streets, the construction crew that was there for weeks replacing the water main became part of our extended family. We had the Catastrophe Cafe, and we had Danish and stuff on a table for them every morning, and French bistro music that would play. And Bob Barker came on, and I asked him just before we went on the air if he would do it, and he said, sure. We did Hard Hat Price is Right. And all these guys on the street corner had to guess the retail value of the tools they use. So it was a wonderful free-form kind of show.
You did a lot of concerts, or at least
Yes,
brought in a lot of
the
concerts.
rock group,
right
yes,
on
reunited.
the streets of New York.
Yeah, right.
Then the
We did
buses came in.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
they were
right,
great.
yeah.
Now, a lot of the, like, NBC does that now and stuff like that, but I
Not
don't
the
think
same
they did.
format, though, is it?
Right.
No, I don't think we originated it. I think they were probably doing it at about the same time too. But and Rockefeller Plaza is the perfect venue for that. On CBS, where I filled in last week for Bryant, they have problems. It's very funny. They can't have a concert during the actual show because of noise ordinance laws in that neighborhood. They have to tape them later in the day, and they're in a legal skirmish with a hotel in the neighborhood, and they always have this guy out there with a video camera taping the whole show to record how much noise we make.
Wow, wow.
And so, yeah, so it's a very different kettle of fish, but where we were, we could make as much noise as we wanted.
Opposed to HAV, I would imagine it must have been quite...
You know, again, I don't mean to diminish the varying stages of what I've been fortunate enough to do, but I'm really profoundly of the belief that it's really all the same. It's all about the quality of the interpersonal relationships you have, the quality of the work you're able to do, and how you philosophically approach going to work every day. And I don't think from the moment I embraced broadcasting, there's not much difference in the energy that I bring to Hollywood Squares, America's Funniest Videos, from a morning that I went to work with Ed and we decided to have a good time and inform the people of Haverhill about what was going on in their world. It really, the venue's different, but the attitude is very similar in terms of when I've been at my best.